Welcome back, Pravina.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for sharing your views around the economic impact of digitalization and the immediate challenges faced by our industry, which is insurance. I'm honored to be here at Swiss Re Center for Global Dialogue and investigating and deep diving into the new flagship report on the economics of digitalization in insurance. Opportunities still abound. So my next question is about the Digitalization Index, Pravina. I understand we reviewed over 29 countries where Korea is the best and India appear as the last one in the report survey. What can the industry learn about these results?
So I guess the first one is probably worthwhile putting it into context. It's around why are they ranked in such order and what does the index actually measure? So the index also measures around, so if you look at why South Korea is number one on the index, it's about the amount of innovation that happens in the country. It's the availability of other infrastructure such as broadband, the number of mobile users. So it's the connectivity of that country as a whole. On the flip side, if you look at India per se, the broadband usage is limited. So even if there was a ton of innovation, which there is, and a lot of new ideas, the ability to use that and make it productive for the country is limited. So I think the big learning for us is how can we, as insurers, be able to provide risk coverage for the infrastructure needs of these countries? Whether it's operational things, whether it's satellite towers, whatever it is, it's where can we add extra resilience to that infrastructure?
So you already mentioned it. So what does this mean in terms of new risk pools?
So this is interesting. So as well as people getting excited about technology, which can really enable the industry, the technology also creates new risk pools for us. The classic one that we all talk about is cyber. And we see more and more in all our day-to-day lives and the importance of cyber coverage. So that's one risk pool that comes to life. The other one is around, I look at some of the tools and analytics we provide. For example, our rapid damage assessment solution, which gives the company or the organization immediate information around what is their exposure for natural catastrophes and faster response time. So there are some real practical examples of what we as insurers can do to make the society at large more resilient, both in terms of the insurance industry, but also for the consumers that live in that country as well.
So I have to ask you, what does that mean in terms of new digital technologies? How can we use that in new ways?
Yeah, this is it, that everybody gets so excited about technology. And as a technologist, I'm probably the one who probably doesn't get excited because my question is always why and what. So if somebody comes along with new tech, I go, that's great, but where can we apply it? What problem are you trying to solve for, or what benefit is it going to create? And clearly the one that everyone's really excited about now is AI. And in reality, large language models aren't new.
No.
We've been using them in our organisation on a point-to-point basis for quite some time. What we now have is greater scale usage and more understandability of what they are. And we're now applying them in a very experimentation phase to see where they can help us both in terms of efficiency within our organisation, but what other opportunities does it create from a business perspective? But then if you also look at it from another angle, specifically AI in the medical world, there was a use case quite recently where an arm was provided for somebody who'd had an arm amputated, and the arm, because it was doing learning through large language models, was acting just as though it was a real arm. So now you think, okay, so that's helped the individual, AI's helped the individual, but straight away it's created an opportunity for the insurance world to say, okay, well, how are we going to protect that person? So it's a dual-sided opportunity and challenge.
Incredible. I mean, the example you just gave in healthcare, we see it every day. Eyesight, we know Elon Musk is trying to solve that problem. And as you said, generative AI didn't start in November 2022.
Yes.
I mean, many years back, investment volumes were lower. and 2023 will be the year of generative AI from a term of investment, but it's about using the technology responsibly. Which takes me to, and you already mentioned that it's all about the customer, understand customer need, delivering customer experiences which are relevant. Can you share examples as to how you have been able to do this to serve your customers?
So I think you hit the point very well. So it's about creating digital trust. So, when you're trading and working in this economy, it's not real. It is real, but you can't touch it, you can't feel it. So you have to create that trust. And therefore, around anything like AI or any of the other solutions, you have to make sure it's safe, secure, resilient, and available for when the customer wants it. That is almost like table stakes for any digitization journey. So that's the first thing. In terms of coming back to how we operate, one of our key solutions, Magnum, which is an automated underwriting engine, has the digital trust label. Because we were the first to go through an independent assessment of that tool, which was then independently verified to say, yep, it meets all the criteria one would expect. So what does that do? It gives a solution that's going to help our clients do better underwriting, faster underwriting for their end customer, but also gives them the confidence that what they're using is safe and secure. So I think it's that is a classic example of serving a real customer need, both from our partnership perspective, the end customer, but doing it in a safe and responsible way.
Absolutely. It's about the data, using the algorithm in the right way, and applying the right governance.
Yeah.